Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Thursday, the 11th of June, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, Jason Holder says world must come together. And in our feature for this evening, we're taking some moments from the Senior Sports Meet 2015. We'll take this break and I'll be right back.
As a responsible taxpayer, you help to build and maintain sporting facilities for recreational activities throughout the island. Thank you for putting country above self. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis.
Be a responsible citizen.
Well, I'm back and we start with cricket. Jason Holder, West Indies captain, says that his team must prepare to embrace the new normal after touching down in England to embark on an historic test series. But he admits that the shift in global narrative from the COVID-19 pandemic to the ongoing Black Lives Matter protests could help to galvanize his squad in such extraordinary circumstances. Speaking after the West Indies' arrival at the Emirates Old Trafford, where the squad will train in isolation for the next 3 weeks before the camping to Southampton for the first test on July the 8th, Holder acknowledged that he and his teammates felt pretty safe after a smooth transfer from Manchester Airport on Tuesday morning, adding that he was relishing the opportunity to get back to playing cricket after months of being sat at home doing nothing. However, the tour's status as a global event has escalated in the wake of the killing of George Floyd in the USA and surge of protests in support of the BLM movement, and at Holder's arrival press conference. The lines of questioning veered between provisions for playing cricket in the midst of a pandemic and responses to issues of racism in cricket, including those voiced this week by West Indies former captain Darren Sammy. It's not going to be a normal bilateral series here in England, said Holder, but at the end of the day, this is where we are with the state of world cricket, the state of the world per se. No doubt it will be different, but we just have to get on with it and try to make the most of the circumstances in these trying times. West Indies arrive in England as holders of the Wisden Trophy after a thrilling 2-1 series win in the Caribbean last year, in which Holder himself excelled with a double century in Barbados. And though he insisted that England would be favourites this time around, he acknowledged that the challenge of beating the hosts in their own conditions and at this moment in time might provide extra motivation. When asked if the West Indies would join the BLM protest during the test matches, perhaps by taking a knee in the manner of the NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick, Holder insisted that he could not speak on behalf of his teammates until they had decided as a squad how to respond. As a group, we have to sit down and have our discussions, Holder said. I don't want to speak out of context or on behalf of the other players. We have different races within our group too. It's a sensitive time where we have got to be mindful of everything. We'll take this break and I'll be back with our feature for this evening.
Fitness for me has always been a part of my life. It's something that I've always worked towards. I've always been very conscious of what I've eaten, how I eat. I don't smoke, I don't drink. I'm always into healthy foods. It's not always the most popular choice. And when you go out at night, your friends always tell you, oh, have a drink and stuff, and you say no, and it's always that thing. But at the end of the day, when I wake up in the morning, I feel great. I love the way I feel. Things that I can do at my age are incredible. Yet I have more stamina now than when I did when I was 25, 30 years old. I feel lovely. Fit is life.
Well, I'm back, and tonight we feature a few choice moments from the Senior Sports Meet. The year was 2015.
So we are setting up. I can see Miss Dyer up in the starting point. Also is Miss Liebert. So we need two more at the starting point. I can see a Rose. We're short of two. Maybe a Lily. So it's all twos? It look like it's twos. We're in twos. So that means the dollar race now come down to a 50-cent race. Miss Herbert is in this one. One thing, Miss Herbert. Nah, left your hat, boy. Are we ready? We are just waiting for the start of this one. What am I doing? Run or walk? Hey, walk. Flat out. This is a flat out race. If you know you have loose here, tie them down now. A little breeze in the park, and they'll be running flat out. And Jeannie said, we're gonna come. Where Jeannie get this weather skill from? The last time they say hurricane in the area, they say, oh, Dominica, nothing for you. When you hear yourself, Dominica to get the hardest hit. Let's get on with it. It's gonna rain. And you know what happened earlier when the place was cool? A little damp. They start to slip and slide and they break the side. Flo, clear the track. I know you want to run or no? The rain is coming from north to south, they say. We're ready. Mr. DJ, starter, tuck it. Let's get on with it. We're ready. In all twos. It's Flamboyant and Rose. Rose and Lily. Rose and Lily. Miss Daya wants something. And they're off. Rose on the western side. And here comes Miss Daya for Lily. The first button pass. Rose takes off. Lily is coming. Oh, Rose made us tumble. Rose pass off again. Here goes Miss Herbert with Lily. Miss Lily. Go, Rose. Go, Lily. Rose and Lily. And here goes Ione. Ione takes off but almost went down. And it seems the Rose is going to take the goal. Well, well, well. Are we having any more? It's all over. It seems as though the fat lady have sung. It was only first and second. Rose is a red. They said Violet didn't come because they are blue. Lily made it, but never came through. Score, you got already? What's the official score? Oh, the last score? Any?
Yes, that's the last score. Including the...
So, this is where we have it. This is where it came down. The final scores was the last after the...
Timers, can the timers bring the watches?
Timers, could you bring your watches to Mr. Tuckett, please? Timers, could you bring your watches to Mr. Tuckett? And we have trophies for the top. Garcia, Miss Hendrickson, you have trophies for the top 2 or 3? The top house, the top female, and the top male. The top house, the top female, and the top male. And the final scores are going like this. The final scores are Flamboyant, 22 points. Put your hands together for Flamboyant. Lily, 37 points. Put your hands together for Lily. Hibiscus in second place with 42 points. And the top house this afternoon, scoring 49 points. Make some noise for the Rose team. Make some noise for the Rose team, scoring 49 points. We need to get the top male and the top female now.
Well, that's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.